is over. So, but if you have a computer question, if you have a computer problem, if something's not working, now is your chance to get your problem solved for free. Give us a call, 772-340-1590, and let's see whether we can help you on this show resolve your computer problem. Also, we do have technicians that are standing by in the shop ready to resolve computer problems, and we'll be there today until 2, but you don't have to wait until then. Remember, computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do. And we are back ready to answer your computer technology and cybersecurity questions, your streaming questions as well. You are listening to a Faster PC live technical support where we are coming to you today with a special Hurricane Milton update. We will be showing you actually some of the damage that happened to some of the businesses, and one of our business customers that we are servicing will also talk about some steps that they took before the storm to actually protect their systems and how we are helping them after the storm to be able to function and be able to operate their business even though their building was ripped to shreds. We will be also going over some of the other technology issues that you may be facing with Hurricane Milton. And in addition, we'll be covering the cybersecurity updates, the updates that Microsoft just released so that you can make sure that you are getting these updates and installing them on your computer so that are aware of these. There's also updates that Adobe has released as well. So we'll be going over those and showing you how you can actually install those and get those, make sure that your systems are protected. One of the things, and by the way, Hurricane Milton did damage. The damage done by the hurricane wasn't as much as it could have been, but the damage by the tornadoes that were spawned by the hurricane was just significant and really way more than what anyone could have imagined, really. I mean, I'm sure that there are some people that could have imagined it out there, but I can tell you that it was way more than I imagined. Homes and businesses just really decimated. The buildings. Some people died, and so we'll be going over that. Obviously, life is the most important thing. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of the loved ones who actually did lose their family members. But what we're going to do today is we'll focus on the technology side of it, and we will talk about your computers and how you can actually get up and running after the storm. So one thing, we will go into this more in detail in the next segment, but if you are using a computer that did get wet, do not turn it on until you are completely sure that it is dry. If that computer is an all-in-one computer or a laptop computer, it will take some time to dry on the inside because there's limited airflow. You have a lot of it is covered with plastic on the outside, and with an all-in-one computer, it's covered with a screen. So it is, there are ventilation holes, and that's really the only place that the water can escape from that computer. I can tell you this: if you turn your computer on when it is wet, you will fry that computer. You should never turn that computer on when it is wet. However, if the computer is dry, it is safe to turn it on, see if it works. Hopefully it does. If it doesn't, you can give us a call. Bring your computer into a Faster PC at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, or give us a call at 772-878-5978, and we can help you and come to your aid there. One of the things, though, we have in the last few days, especially yesterday, we started receiving phone calls about, hey, my internet isn't working. And here's the deal with the internet. It's not just whether you have power at your house. You also have lines, and sometimes those lines go down. And those lines, when they go down, they can cause problems. And one of the things that you need to just realize is that, if a line is down that feeds the internet to your house, your home internet is not going to be working. Also, if you're using Comcast has boxes that are at various places in your neighborhood, or if it's a business, it's in the business neighborhood. And those boxes actually need to be powered, and they do provide the internet. They're an important part of providing the internet to your house, or to your business. If those aren't powered, or if there is again a line breakage, you're going to have problems. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to a full screen. We'll actually demonstrate how you can actually search to see whether there's actually an outage that is affecting your neighborhood. And by the way, if you don't have internet, you won't be able to do this on your computer. You'll have to actually do this on your smartphone. One of the things also just to realize, if your smartphone is connected to your wireless network, then you will have to and your wireless network is connected to your modem, which isn't connecting to the internet, then what you will have to do to actually do this search, or to actually do this research, is you will actually have to turn the wireless off on your phone, at least temporarily. Normally you would want to have it on so that you can save your cellular bandwidth, but in this case, whenever you're having a problem with the internet at your location, you do need to turn your wireless off so that you can actually have that connection to the internet, so that you're using the cellular internet instead of the wireless internet. So what we're going to do here, again, we're going to switch over to a full screen. We're going to show you this so that you can actually see the steps that we are going through, and you can see how to actually do this yourself. So again, I'm going to switch over to a full screen. You'll be able to see this on my screen, and I'll verbally describe this for anyone that's just listening. But what we're going to do is we're going to open up a new tab on our browser, and we're going to type in Comcast Xfinity outage map. And we're just going to do a search. Now I'm doing this search with Google. You could probably do this search with other search engines, but you may get different results. Sometimes you'll see ads that aren't Xfinity. You do want to make sure that that you're going to a website that's at xfinity.com. So this is xfinity.com. There is an outage map. So I can actually click here. And what you would actually do is you would actually type in your address, type in your business address, type in your home address, wherever it is that you're not getting internet. So what this site will do, this site will allow you to actually search this out and see whether there's an outage in your area. So I'll just use, and I know we don't have an outage in our area, but I will use our address here, 7190 South US Highway 1. See, it's coming up a little bit slowly here, but it's actually going to be giving me some options here. Not sure why it's coming up slow, but you're going to do a search for your address, and it will actually show you if there is an outage in your area. And what happens when there is an outage in your area, it'll tell you there's an outage in your area. Typically, under normal conditions, let me just type in, it's not Pot St. Lucie. At one point, I think we were. So we're just typing in, trying to type in, if I can type here correctly. Well, I don't know if this is me or, but anyway, what we're doing here is so we're just typing in the address. For some reason, their site is having a little bit of problems finding this address. Okay, so finally the autofill pulled up. We're actually pulling up the information. Hopefully it will show information. We actually, Comcast doesn't even know that we're at 7190. They think we're at 7186. So hopefully,
Faster PC Radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour, right here on this station, and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090. 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comments section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes. Or just go to our website, fasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions. And we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. This is Brian Longworth, host of a Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, a Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to a Faster PC, or a Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups to QuickBooks, Manysoft, and SoftEnd support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio, this is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page. Or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer technology, streaming, and cybersecurity questions and problems. We will be actually going over these, showing you again some of the damage that did happen with Hurricane Milton. We also will be going over and showing you some of the steps that you can go through to actually protect your computer, and how one of our customers did protect their computer in the storm. One of the things that we do want to actually do, though, is we actually want to continue. We were just showing you how you can actually find whether there is an internet outage in your area. So if you're having internet problems, then one of the first things that you want to do if you're having internet problems is you want to power cycle your modem. So if it's a cable modem, what we're talking about is the device that the coax cable actually comes into, and it provides internet. And it typically will have several lights. One will be a power light, one will be a download light, one will be an upload light, one will be an internet light, and then it'll have, perhaps if it has wireless ability and there's wireless activity, those lights may be flashing. If it's a connection that where you actually connect to the system, to the network, you're going to have a network light that will flash as well when there's activity. So if that internet light is not lit up solid, you can power cycle your modem. And you do that by pulling the power out of the back of the computer or out of the back of the modem. Typically that's a small round cable, although it may be what we call a figure 8 cable. It looks kind of like a figure 8. The end looks kind of like a figure 8. But it is a cable. When you pull that power cable out, all the lights will go out, and that is an indication that your power is out at that point. So then you know that the power is out to that modem, and then you can leave it out for about 30 seconds and then plug it back in. So once you plug it back in, the modem will power up, and everything should work at that point. So with that, so that's how you would power cycle it. If it still doesn't come up and show that you're connected, then what you would do at that point is you should do a search to see if there's an outage in your area. We were showing that and did not get all the way done with that prior to the last break, so we'll switch over and actually show you that here. So what we're going to do is we did a Google search for Comcast Xfinity outage map, and it brings up this page. Notice that we are at Xfinity.com, so you should not be at iscamu.com. You should be at a legitimate Xfinity website. So it should be either Xfinity.com or Comcast.com. So then, we typed in an address. Our address is actually 7190. Comcast thinks that we're still at 7186, which is 2 doors down. By the way, it does, the internet will work. If you have a Comcast feed and you plug your modem into another, you move it to a different address, it will actually work because, as long as that feed coming from the box is good, it will work because the MAC address is authorized. So each network device has a MAC address, and that modem is authorized by Comcast to actually connect to their network. At least as long as you pay your bill, it is connected. So I actually typed in our our business address, or again 2 doors down from our business address, it says everything is good. But for 2 of our customers yesterday that were having problems, they called us up because they were having internet problems. We did some basic troubleshooting, walked them through power cycling their devices. They still were not accessing, and we typed in their address and found that there is an outage at their area. Now, typically, under normal circumstances, what you would see is you would actually see where it would actually show you that there's a problem, and it would show you, well, the problem will be resolved by a certain time or a certain date. What I have seen, what I saw on those 2 yesterday, is it said that we are working to resolve this problem as quickly as possible. So, or something to that effect. So they really don't know exactly how long, because, again, lines are down, lines are damaged, and devices received surges and were taken out. So they have to find what it is. If it's a line, they have to repair that line. If it's a device that was damaged, they have to determine what was damaged and replace that device. And so all of that takes time, and you have to understand that you're not the only one that has an outage. A lot of other people have outages as well. And this is, by the way, not just something that is affecting Comcast and Xfinity. You also have people with AT&T that have outages as well. In fact, WPSL has had some problems with their AT&T service. But you can actually go, again, do a search, and this takes you to att.com/outage. You can type in your zip code and click check for outages, and it will actually show you what outages. Hopefully it'll show us. It's actually, okay, so heads up, we found an outage in your area. Outage detected in your area. So there are outages that are available, that are happening in the areas out there, because what you're looking at here is you're looking at, again, there are problems. Now, it looks like, okay, it says sign in to see if there's a service outage for your address or account. So you would have to actually sign in. They're not going to actually show us where the outages are unless we actually sign in. And I don't currently have AT&T service, so I'm not going to be signing in to see if there's an outage at my address. So anyway, that is what we're looking at there, an outage detected in your area. So again, if you're using AT&T, you will have to sign in to be able to get that information. But just know that there are outages that are out there, and in the various areas, and so this is something that you definitely want to just realize. If you are having internet access problems, it's possible, in fact probable, that the issue that you're having is related to an outage. So we will be going over that. Now, one of the things that we did want to cover is again the massive damage that was done via Hurricane Milton, and more to the point, the tornadoes that were actually spawned by this hurricane. So the tornadoes that were spawned by this hurricane were definitely massive and huge, and something that we'll definitely remember this, and the people that were impacted by this definitely remember it. Now, some of the areas that were especially hit, we do have clients, and we know that people in the Spanish Lakes area and northwest St. Lucie County were affected by these tornadoes. One of our customers, Al's Family Farms, was also affected by these tornadoes as well. So, and we're actually going to show you some pictures about that. We'll also talk about some of the things that actually happened some of the things that they actually did, some steps that they took. that actually helped protect them ahead of time. And we'll talk about this. So, one of the things we talk about disaster recovery, backup and disaster recovery, and really, the steps that you should take to be proactive, to make sure that your systems are protected, and this is very important that you do, especially before a storm. Before a storm, once a storm is here and the damage has already occurred, well, you can't go back and say, well, I wish I would have actually made a backup. But a backup at that point doesn't really help you. You want to make a backup ahead of time, and this is, there are ways that you can do this, and you also want to make sure that your systems are powered down. If you don't need them, if you're not using them, have your systems powered down and preferably unplugged from the power source. So in the back of a computer, if it's a desktop computer or an all-in-one computer, you're going to actually have a power connector that goes into the back of that. And it may be a typical power connector, or it may be an adapter. Some of the all-in-ones and some of the desktops don't actually have power supplies, and they're actually using a power adapter. And so this is something that you'll actually want to actually unplug that from the power source. Also, if you have an Ethernet cable, you will want to unplug that cable and connection as well. Why would you unplug that? Well, because surges can actually come through the network. So if you have a device that is impacted by a surge, and one of the things that happens a lot of times, you can have a surge that comes in through the coax cable to your Comcast feed, or if you're using AT&T DSL, or you're using UVerse, it can come in through their line as well. And this surge actually can come through. It can take out the modem. It can jump from the modem over to your computer if your computer is connected directly to the modem, or to a switch if there's a switch involved or a router involved. It can also, we've seen it jump from there to multiple computers. We've seen offices where multiple network devices were actually taken out because of the connection issue. So this is something that definitely you'll want to be aware of, and just disconnect the power connection. Also disconnect the Ethernet connection from that device. And Alice Family Farms actually did that prior to the storm. Also, you want to make sure that you have a good current backup of your system, and that backup should be off-site. So just in case the entire building is destroyed, which again is under normal circumstances doesn't happen very often, but it could happen any day. You don't even have to have a hurricane for you to have your building destroyed. We've had customers that have had their computer and their backup burned with fire and damaged with fire. We've had, years ago in Port St. Lucie, there were massive fires in southwestern Port St. Lucie. We actually had ashes and embers landing in our parking lot, which is probably at least 10 miles away. We actually had customers that had their computer was a blob of metal on the floor. So, if you have a massive fire, you can have damage like that. You also can have damage, through a natural disaster or something like this. Well, Alice Family Farms did have us provide them with managed backup that is in the cloud. So we have local backups, but we also have cloud backups, and the cloud backups are, for a worst case scenario, some of their computers actually had water coming out of them when we picked them up. And so, with this system and the damage that was done, what we're looking at is we are looking at massive amounts of damage and, potentially. And we don't really know whether we're going to be able to get the data from those systems or whether the systems will run. So far, the ones that we have used that were dried out have worked. But if they don't work, they're protected because we did provide them with backup. And, so this is something, if you're out there and you say, wow, I dodged a bullet, I didn't get hit this time, but, what would have happened if I would have lost everything? Well, now's a good chance to actually take a proactive stance and make sure that in the future you're never in a situation that if your computer failed, you would lose your data.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there now, or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. This is Brian Longworth, host of a Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. It gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, a Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to a Faster PC, or a Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Manysoft, and SoftEnd support, from wireless networks to hardwired networks. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to a Faster PC radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for a Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Yes, you do. We are back ready to answer your computer technical cybersecurity questions, your streaming questions as well. So one of the things that we do, we have been talking about the damage that did happen to businesses, to homes, and also talking about and really showing some of the and talking about what happened at Al's Family Farms. And I'm working on getting a image so you can see there, and getting that up on my screen so that you can see that. And what we'll do after the show's over, we'll record a special video where we'll go over all of this. And we also probably will not cover on this show today the Microsoft security updates, but we will roll out a separate video for that. So you'll be able to see that on our Facebook page, on our YouTube, on our YouTube channel. We will have links to it on our Facebook page as well. But one of the things that we did actually see massive damage in again St. Lucie County, and specifically to those people that and the businesses that were hit by these storms and the tornadoes. So I'm going to switch over actually to a full screen, and so I can show you some of the damage that actually was out there. And again, we'll show you more of this on the separate rollout video that we do for this. But this is really just amazing, the amount of damage that was done. So what you're looking at on the screen here, this area where there's a whole bunch of rubble, this area actually was their call center at Al's Family Farms. To the left here was their office building, and toward the back in this section right in there, where you see the metal trusses up there, that's where their server, that's the room where their server was. And so this just gives you, there's no ceiling in most of this area. There's no ceiling at all. So it just literally, this tornado just literally just ripped this steel building to shreds, bent the steel beams, tore the metal shutters, or the metal covering on the outside, just tore that off. Many of these pieces were strewn throughout the parking lot and even in other parts of the neighborhood. And so we actually, I went in with Matt Shorner, who's the son of Jeff Shorner, who owns Al's Family Farms, and Matt is going to be taking over very soon. He runs a lot of the business right now. But I went in with him and his wife. We went in, we had to actually cut through the doors. So to get into the rooms, the whole building is actually tilted at an angle and so the doors, even with the door unlocked, the door would not open. We had to actually cut through the doors to get into where the computers were. And when we got into where the computers were, thankfully the server was dry, and some of the other computers in that room was dry. Jeff's computer, which is in this corner right in here, because of the damage to the next door office area, and there was some breaches because of that. His computer systems were wet. We actually climbed over, as you can see, the actual roofing material, or the drop ceiling and the insulation from the drop ceiling, and the grids that hold the drop ceiling up. Those were all on the ground, and sometimes in different places, or they were on desks, or they were on printers, on monitors. And so we actually just climbed through the rubble. And some of the computers that we found, we actually took out of the building without walking through a door, by climbing over rubbish, and actually climbing through the outside. And we were able to actually get out of that building and get those computers out of there. Some of the computers were dry, and some of the computers were totally wet, so wet that they had water dripping out of them when we picked them up. Now, what we did talk about earlier, if you have a computer that is wet, that does get wet, whether it's through, we have this with storms. We also have it when people spill something on their computer. If you're using a laptop computer and you're sitting there and you're drinking something, it's real easy to knock it over, or to have a cat or another animal knock it over. It's easy to have a kid knock it over, and that go onto the computer. What you need to do immediately if that happens, or in the case of a hurricane, make sure that power is off ahead of time. But if you ever have a computer that water does get on it while it's on, pull the power cord. If it is a laptop, it will stay on. So push the power button until it turns off. That'll take about 4 seconds. So you'll push and hold in the power button. That'll turn off the monitor, or turn off the computer. And if it does have an external battery, remove the external battery. I would then tip it on its side, let it drain, let the water or whatever liquid got in it drain, and then you can actually hopefully let it dry out before it's turned on. With a laptop or all-in-one, it will take a number of days to turn on. You don't want to turn it on immediately. You want to actually leave it off. And what will happen there is, with it being off, it will have time to dry out. Once it is dry, you will have, in many cases, the computer will work. Let me give you 2 examples of this. In 2004, we were hit within 2 weeks, or actually 3 weeks, with 2 hurricanes. So we had Hurricane Francis that came through our city, our county, and some of the surrounding areas. And with Hurricane Francis, actually, the bay that we're in right now, we were in this bay, and the bay next to us lost its entire roof. I'm not just talking about the shingles. I'm talking about the trusses. Everything was totally gone. You had walls when you walked into that bay and nothing above you. Everything was totally and completely gone. A quarter of the first bay, its trusses were gone. And about 8 feet of our bay was gone. On that wall, we had $30,000 in inventory on that wall. That all got wet with the water from the hurricane, which had salt water because that water had been pulled up from the ocean, and so it was salty. Now, we had insurance. The insurance covered that inventory, but they didn't want the parts back. Well, we saved those parts. And, later on, after they had fully dried out, we tested them. They did have corrosion on them, so it was right to actually get, compensation from it, because it's not a new part. It's not going to work like a new part. It's not going to last as long as a new part, but those parts still worked. And we had another client that actually was going out, and because they were afraid that someone might break into their house and steal their computers, they put their computers on the floor and slid them underneath, like maybe a couch or a chair or something, somewhere where it wouldn't be accessible as laptop computers. And then they went out and there was actually a flood. So maybe, I don't know if their toilet leaked or if they had a leak in one of the pipes, or if the hot water heater leaked. But for some reason there was a flood. There was about an inch of water in their house when they came back. At some point, I'm not sure the duration, the gap between when the computers got wet and when they brought them to us, but they brought them to us to actually diagnose and show that they were wrong, so they can give them a notice, letter to their insurance company, so that they could actually get these repaired. Well, not only did the computers turn on, but the computers actually, because this was not salt water, they didn't even have any corrosion on them. There was no sign that they had actually been wet. And so, whether you actually file a claim or not, if you allow that computer to dry, fully dry, it may, again, you may have corrosion, and it may not actually last as long as it would have lasted otherwise, but you may be able to actually continue to use it, or at least use it long enough to actually get the data off of it. We did also one time have some customers that have some money. And one of our customers had a Lamborghini phone that actually cost close to $8,000. And he dropped it in 2 feet of ocean water. Now, ocean water is salty and you're going to have corrosion there. We actually took that phone, we opened it up, we cleaned all the sand out of it. We cleaned it with reverse osmosis water, which is very clean. We got all the sand out of it. We got the ocean water washed off of it. And then we actually put it in a dehydrator. And, again, it's open, so all the pieces were there's a lot of airflow in there. We allowed that to completely dry. I think we dried it in a dehydrator for a week, which maybe that was a little bit overkill, but we wanted to make sure it was completely dry. He had pictures on there. He had phone records. He had text messages that he did not have a backup of, and it was important for us to be able to get these for him. We got the phone to work, not well enough to actually use, but well enough to actually get those texts, well enough to get the pictures, and to get the phone logs and the contacts out of that phone, so that he could transfer it over to his new expensive phone. That wasn't a Lamborghini phone, it was another brand, but it was a new expensive phone. We got all that information transferred over to it and got that up and running for him, so that he could actually utilize that information on his new phone. So just know that you definitely don't want to turn those devices on when they're wet. You want to make sure that they dry out thoroughly. And one of the things that we're doing for Alice Family Farms right now, we took their modems, we took their routers, we took their computers, their computer equipment. We have their modems and their routers set up in our office. We have their servers running in our office right now. We actually have other devices running in our office, other computers of theirs running in our office. Right now, today, one of their employees will be able to remote into the same computer that she has been remoting into for years, and she will be able to actually access that just as if it were at their building, if their building weren't destroyed. But their building was destroyed, so now it's at our office. She's going to be accessing it here. So they'll be able to actually talk to customers and help them out and place orders starting today. And just 2 days ago, we pulled this out of the rubble, literally.
But if you've missed any part of this show, or just want to listen to it again or watch it again, because you can do that at our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can not only hear the show, but also see the show. And when we've described and shown you how to resolve computer problems, you can actually see that and watch it over and over again at our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. You can get there by going to our website at fasterpc.com and clicking on the links. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open from 9 to 5, and next Saturday, we'll be open from 9 to 2. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL. The title to tomorrow's sermon is Applying Biblical Principles to the Proposed Constitutional Amendments 5 and 6. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church Facebook page, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. You can find a Faster PC's Facebook page and YouTube channel by searching for a Faster PC on Facebook and YouTube, or by going to our website and clicking on the links. While there, you can actually watch the show, not only hear the show, but also watch the show and see the steps that we go through to actually resolve computer problems. A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 on the east side of US 1, just north of Rio Mar. We're also on the web at www.afasterpc.com. Again, that's afasterpc.com. And you can reach us at 772-878-5978. Again, 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
The Bible tells us that God creates every human being in His image and that we should protect every innocent human life. The Declaration of Independence says all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Amendment 4 would allow abortion until the moment of birth. Every abortion kills an innocent human life. Choose life. Vote no on Amendment 4.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
I'm Allison Keys. Florida residents who